Hey, this is Dan with Green Machine Outdoors. Thanks for stopping back in for another one. Changing tactics up today. Stick around to figure out how. Well, we've had a lot of water events happening, lots of rain coming down the river, so it's been flooded out. It was up at 15 feet, which is well over flood stage. Flood stage is at 12 feet, so it's just been ripping, tons of debris in the water. So I'm out here dragging baits and suspending baits in a barge pit off the main channel. Okay, so this is like, it's almost like a mini lake right off the edge of the river. So I'm pointed right towards the mouth of it, started way back at the other end of it, and I'm just gonna drag along at about half a mile an hour. I've got 2 dragging rods behind me and 2 suspended rods in front of me. So we're gonna see what that does. I'm hoping that some big fish have pulled off the main river and they're just trying to hide in here, get away from the current for a little bit. Now it is incoming tide, so the current's not crazy out there, but I'm sure as soon as it flips and it's outgoing, it's gonna be crazy again. So hopefully they're hiding in here. We'll find out. All right, we just had a big takedown on this rod back here. He's running somewhere. We gotta catch up to him. And he let go. All right, we're gonna cast that back out and get on with our drift. There's fish in here. Oh, I didn't know I had this fish. I thought he hit and let go, but he's been running right alongside the boat. Yeah, there we go. First fish of the morning. Look at that. Halfway decent. Oh, it's wrapped all around his mouth. He must have rolled a few times. There he goes. Now he wants to fight. I'm only in about 10 foot of water, so when they hit, they usually take off running somewhere because they can't fight down and dig down. So I guess he was all wrapped up and just kind of gave up for a minute. Now that he's free, now he's ready to play. I came back out to the mouth of this pit, and now I'm starting to drag around the perimeter, and I'll head down back the other side. I had a couple of hits, but nothing hooked up. That tends to happen when you're dragging like this. They get real aggressive on it. And a lot of times it's just a big swipe and a run and then they're gone. Okay, let's get this fish in the boat. That's a nice 33¼ inch fish, a nice blue. Came out of 10 foot of water. I'll show you what I was dragging here in a second. All right, so let me show you my rig here today. I've got, Jimmy makes these Santee drifting rigs. They're really nice sinkers. I highly recommend grabbing those. I'll throw a link down in the description for you. I've just got them on a sinker slide so I can anchor up or suspend or whatever and just throw a disc sinker on there. And then I've got a little Santee Cooper rig on there. I had a piece of carp on this one, a big body section of carp, so I'm gonna go ahead and throw that out there again and see what happens. All right, so I do want to show you the advantage of using a drifting stick style sinker. If you can see my graph as well as I hope you can, I've got all kinds of sticks and stumps and lumps and whatever down there. You can even see some of them up at the surface, and we're pulling right along a tree line, so a lot of that stuff is falling in the water. That's really good structure for catfish to hide in, but it's really easy to get snagged in there. So using a drifting style or a dragging style sinker, you can see that just pulling right through all that stuff. It gets hung up for a second, then it pulls through, and a lot of times if it is about to get stuck, You just lift up on your rod. I've got mine laid down towards the water. You can just grab it and lift up on it and pull, and a lot of times that'll pop it right free. Otherwise, you just got to stop and circle back and grab it, and it's really hard to lose those things. A lot of times if you do, it's just going to be the hook, so make sure you've got some kind of float on there to get that hook up off the bottom. All right, we just had a huge takedown on a suspended rod in 11 foot of water. He took off like crazy. Hopefully he's as big as he looked coming down. He turned the whole boat around. They're turning on back here. That's a nice big fish. Oh baby, here we go. This is going to take a moment. When you're in a kayak, you've got to play these bigger fish out. You don't want to bring them in the boat so green. I'm not that worried about it right now with the water temperature the way it is. They'll be nice and healthy. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and land this fish. You should see the mouth on this thing. Oh yeah, there we go. Got him in the boat. All right, so that's a 37, maybe 37.25 inch fish. I gotta go take a look at the picture, but he's a big boy. We're gonna get him back in the water. That Whisker Seekers hook on a Carolina rig made it no problem to bring this guy in the boat. Let's get a release on him. He's ready. There we go, just like that, he's gone. All right, so I've got to get all this reorganized. I'm gonna head back down the stretch and keep fishing. They're turning on for me here. I'd actually left this pit for a moment to go try and anchor up on a hole with spot lock, and just had a feeling I needed to come back. So here I am, and it's working so far. Okay, we gotta keep an eye on this. We got a fish playing with it. See that? There he is. Oh yeah, we got him. Right out of the shallows. I threw that up in about 2 foot of water. It's not gonna be a monster, but a fish is a fish. It's a skinny long fish. Would you look at that? I should have just kept my glove on. I was just getting set back up. Here we are. That's on carp again. That seems to be the bait of the day. All 3 fish have come on carp so far. Alright, so we got a 29.5 inch blue. He was an eager little fellow. He bit right as I was getting everything set up, so he was ready to come in the boat. Must be hungry. We've got everything passing through here. We just had rain events. We've got a flood coming off. We've got rain coming in right now. That pressure's nice and low. So we've got everything. We're just coming off a full moon. I mean, it is just fishing conditions. At least that's what they say. Anyway, this guy's gonna go back in the water. And I caught him on a piece of carp using, I like to call these Jimmy's drifting sticks. Get it? It's getting pretty nasty out here. We're gonna cut this trip short. Hopefully you liked a couple fish that we did catch. If you did, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. We'll come back out here and do a longer trip sometime soon. It's time for you and me to get up out of here.